Thank you, Mr. Dip. I'll be brief, sir. I'll be brief, very brief. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, thank you for the time, and I take this privilege to join our honorable member from Maukurwat who have raised this very crucial issue in the form of short duration discussion under the Rule 50 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the August House. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the issue that has been raised definitely is an issue which requires prompt and positive response from the government, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. We have had this discussion and deliberation in the preceding days of this ongoing session. I would like to only further add few points in order to see that government is in a position to take cognizance of those areas of concern which can be looked into and appropriately attended to. Now, this issue of providing this space for the aspiring young men and women to become teachers in the primary schools is very crucial, because as we all are aware of the peculiarity with which the challenges pertaining to this teaching in the primary education is posed before the teachers. That's precisely the reason why this course has been made mandatory. And if we go by the mandate of the law, right to education, it has become binding on the appointing authority to ensure that we appoint only the trained teachers. Now, if 50-50 per each district institute of education and training, I think it will be very difficult for us to really do justice to our young men and women who are aspiring to be part of this great story of giving education, quality education at the primary level. That is precisely the reason why earlier also the state government embarked upon establishing some more institutions, go beyond the district headquarters. In fact, Block Institute of Educational Training. There are certain initiatives which were supported by Government of India. Suddenly there was dislocation of this support from Government of India while it was necessary to continue and further amplify or rather expand. Contrary happened. So there is a need for correction. For instance, if one travels to Ampati, before reaching Beta Singh Primary Health Center, on the left side, we'll see some incomplete infrastructure which were initiated with the fund given by the Government of India. Suddenly this money was not coming anymore because Government of India decided not to further support this program. Because the Government of India tried to see that we insist on some courses which were given to the teachers, which were more like a crash course. They came up with many new initiatives, many new distant learning formats to enable the teachers to be regularized because of the mandatory requirement of teachers training under the RTE. But that should have been only one-time exercise, not in a long-term perspective. We understand that we needed to regularize the post of many of the teachers who were teaching and who were yet to be trained and therefore were not eligible since they were yet to be trained. We are all aware of the fact that in the past we have appointed teachers who were not trained, but we have given them the privilege to go for in-service training. And as we looked at, we appoint the teacher who are not trained, then send for training. So you have a vacancy and you appoint substitute. So there was double expenditure. That was precisely the reason why we looked at okay, rather than sending our teachers for pursuing in-service training to become a trained teacher, rather let those who aspire to be teachers be given support so that they will get trained, and they will be trained and become eligible to be appointed as regular teacher. And to give effect to this intention, we have initiated that scholarship, that 5,000 rupees per month for 10 months in each of the academic year for 2 years. 50,000 into 2, 1 lakh. If we look at from the economic point of view, we'll ended up spending 50,000, 1 lakh to have trained teacher, rather than sending the teachers who were appointed, who were not trained, and spend for their training, at the same time also fill up the vacancy by appointing substitute teachers. So we are spending double amount. So therefore, it is pertinent for us to understand that training our young men and women who aspire to be teacher is a necessity, and it must be supported so that the aspiring teachers who aspire to be teachers can have the access to this important course of studies to become teachers. And at the same time, the number has to increase. At the moment, only limited numbers are there, and new districts are yet to have this District Institute of Education and Training. So it is necessary that we look into these areas of concern, increase the intake capacity in the existing institutions, whether it is Resu Belpara, Tura, Sora, Giantia Hills, Joy, Nongstoin. I think we need to increase. We see that 50 is not enough at all. And at the same time, yesterday we got the assurance from the Honorable Minister pertaining to restoration of that assistance which were being extended to the youth who are pursuing these courses of studies in different diets. I hope this will be attended to at the earliest, and at the same time, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, those few institutions which were initiated with the support of the government, let us complete them. Let us complete them and let us make good use of them. 50% of the money which was released have been utilized, and the incomplete buildings ultimately have become an eyesore. But this can be done good by really reviving the program, because there is no way out. We got to revive, and then we got to increase our intake capacity in all these institutions which gives training for our young men and women who aspire to be teachers. So with this few submission, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I hope that the Minister in charge will be further looking into those areas where certain initiatives were embarked upon but have not been yet completed, so that whatever resources from the scarce resources available were invested are somehow utilized in a manner that ultimately they give the return for which it was invested for. With these few words, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I thank you once again for giving me this time.
Thank you, Honorable Hello.